mid against the TA, but in my heart, I want I want Enigma to be mid. And my goodness, someone donate Armel a better TA set.
Yeah, what is that? That's what a garbage set, man. How did Valve accept this?
I mean,
what are these weapons?
The side blades are okay. They just don't fit with the like the rest of the set is just like a leather vest, and that's it. Oh dear.
It has 2 chopsticks in the head. What?
The classic. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about
There's
that.
some weird looking sets, my boy, in this game.
Oh, and then Enigma and Troll don't have any. I guess Abraxas, or VT Faded on a Smurf account, doesn't have any cosmetics. AU's all kitted out, plenty of items on that Oracle. Cuckoo Doom, the position 3, Tim's on the 4, Shadow Shaman, Gabby Drow and Armel on the TA as we expected. But we don't care about TNC. We want to know what Tigers are doing with their lanes and where they're putting these heroes and what their kind of mid-game plan is going to be, because they don't have a great amount of damage to burst through into a Drow or a TA. They've got lots of control, decent amount of team fight, but it feels like their 5-man group up and push has to be the kind of the be-all and end-all of this draft, is how quickly they can get online on all of their heroes.
Yeah, I'm a bit worried for Tigers' lineup, how they're gonna siege. Like, you're gonna have... Let me just check that Enigma. It's going to be mid-Enigma, so items... I'm not sure what he's gonna go for, if it's gonna be Helm of the Dominator, so it's gonna have more siege potential around those catapult timings. Because they really lack tower damage. Bane, Tusk, Sanking, they deal none. Same goes for Troll Warlord. If you group up, you can't just put Troll in the mid and have him get the stacks and Fairward to try to siege, because it's not going to work out. They need to grab a kill, not a kill, 2 or 3 kills so they can pressure the towers. That's how it's going to work out.
And it's, again, going to come down to this 4-5-8 Enigma. And the timings we get on the items, like I'm guessing Soul Ring, Helm of the Dominator, Greaves, is still something you look towards, while Sandking can maybe go for the Crimson Guard into the Blink Dagger. Crimson definitely going to be something required against Drow.
Oh, yeah.
And a TA.
It's great against Shadow Shaman, TA, Drow Ranger. This item could cripple them, so I hope if he gets a lot of farm that he does not go for any early Blink Dagger timing. If it was Seb from OG, I know he would just straight up buy a Crimson Guard in this kind of scenario.
I'd be down for that. Pelosin holding on to a skill point. 1437 there now with the tag team. Good amount of damage onto Tims, who doesn't have anything leveled up himself just yet. With the Infernal Blade and the Fortune's End, the Ether Shock there, and the damage is done. The first blood spilt. AU grabs it up, and Tim's absolutely debated them. He's sitting on about 20 HP, but he's going to come around for round 2. Brain Sap from 1437, again, just being held for as long as possible, but he throws it onto AU. So now with the Fortune's End, the Ether Shock back up in 10. They've got so much damage with the punches from the Shadow Shaman.
He's dead.
Tims is going to get this kill, potentially. A few more hits. One more will do the trick. Brain Sap to turn around and buy himself a bit of time, but the damage there from the Ether Shock and even the Fortune's End to get a 2-0 down in that bottom lane.
He'll try to suicide bot all the Mangoes, Tangos, Flask, but Bane does it nicely. He understands that he will try to suicide. Lurking in the trees. Tim's good job. Buy another Mango.
So smart. He's even going to go all the way to the tier 3. Oh, 1437. He sees it. He knows it's happening. He's not going to get there in time. He bought himself Ops, Wards, Mangoes, all the good stuff. Top lane, oopsie daisy. Oh, I didn't know. It's fine. AU died middle. He fed himself to tower, but it's Gabby being dived. Onto the Drow Ranger they go, and they will claim her life. Tim's here looking for the Troll in exchange. AU's TP rotation comes through towards Abraxas. And Troll Warlord in a bit of trouble here. Another Ether Shock is ready from Tim's. And that's going to be the end of the Troll.
Yeah, they can leave Doom in this scenario. Sanking will have a better time since it's 1 versus 1 melee versus melee matchup, but Doom needs to pick up a creep. What's on the side? Dark Troll Summoner, not the best creep he can get, and the Troll is swapping his lane.
There is a
He does not want to play.
Yeah, he doesn't want to play top, huh? There is a Satyr for the Troll a little deeper back in his own jungle. But Lacoste, this mid lane, my dude, Enigma's not doing too well. 2 and 4 against 16-11.
Psyblades against summons, and you can't really spread them out that nicely to farm. Look at this. He just one-shots those Eidolons. 2 shots.
What's the net worth of the TA right now? 1.6k, 1.7k. Enigma at 900. Yeah, that's a heavy yikes, I believe. Sand King is chasing around Cuckoo. Hasn't made the rotation top yet, so it's Troll, Sand King, bot, double core down there, and there we go. The TP up towards top, where Polosan and 1437 ready and waiting to maybe make a play on the Drow. AU is in the trees hiding away. Level 2 on the Oracle. Not really going to be able to do too much to save Gabby, but maybe could buy enough time just to escape. That's the Shadow Shaman of Tims, making a bit of a roam around. Gabby gets played on, but yeah, it's difficult to go on that Drow.
For sure. Let's see how many Eidolons can Enigma feed to TA. Level 4.5 against level 3.5. Oh man, this is looking rough.
This is disastrous. Absolutely disastrous. 458 takes so much damage. Did pop the Soul Ring there as well. TA having the lane of her life. While Doom down bottom, 18-3. 1437 tries to collapse on him, but Tim's perfect place, perfect time. Just there, in case the Bane overcommits for anything. They do give Troll a little bit of free time down bottom to get himself up and running, but at the end of the draft, I really was very heavily of the opinion that if Tigers don't have a good laning stage in 2 out of 3 lanes, and if they don't start moving around the map 12, 13 minutes in with some early kind of aura timings, this game feels over.
Yeah, it's not going to be great. You're playing against the TA and Drow Ranger. A lot of Roche potential. Shadow Shaman. Every time Serpent Wards are up, 1 tower is going to go down.
Ooh, did they hide that TP enough? I'm not sure, but Cuckoo and Tims making a play onto the Bane instead. The Nightmare transfer back. And they do go onto the Shadow Shaman with that Invis Tusk, who TP'd bottom, claiming the life of Tims. Some decent commitment there. But it's Bounty Rune time, and it's well worth it for Tigers to take both of them down south. And even one up top. So triple Bounty Runes for Tigers.
Hard to contest against Sand King. And they did a good job just putting away pressure from Troll Warlord with this kind of rotation. Now they're trying to make something happen on a mid lane. TA is low on mana, which means he's not going to be able to use Refraction twice. Clarity is running, but is he going to remove it with Eidolon?
Shards not quite on the mark. Giving away their position in the mid lane as well. So now the Dire know. With 2 supports showing mid, they'll make a play towards Abraxas. Cuckoo and Tims, they chip away at his life a little bit. Just a bit of harassment there, not an actual kill attempt. But what an awkward game for Tigers. The CS, triple red hero up at the top 3. Troll, Sand King, Enigma all in catch-up mode right now.
The thing is, this Drow Ranger is getting so much out of her lane. Like, you have good gap closers with Sand King and Tusk for mid-team fights. There's always going to be a threat of this Oracle sitting behind her. And once she hits level 6, she can just go back to Dire Triangle and keep farming Ancient with the marksmanship.
Same with the TA. Both of them very good at falling back into the jungle, and in that case, you know, you give space to Tims to maybe sit mid and get that level 6 a little bit faster. Currently at level 3, forcing Abraxas back towards his own tower. Yet again, 1437, and Polosan coming in to make a play onto the Shadow Shaman. It is another freebie, another little grab. Little by little, kill after kill come the way of Tigers. But it doesn't seem to remedy the problem. They're treating the symptoms rather than the underlying cause of the problems they have.
Yeah, well, Enigma is level 5, has 3 points in Eidolons. With Catapult spawn, they might try to pressure the towers, but it's gonna be hard. Playing against TA, which means you need to put a lot of sentries in the mid lane to actually deal with those traps. Tanking.
It's a lot of damage. And a dust to go on top. AU with the Purifying Flames. They've got a high ground ward. Beautifully done. Take down Velo's Sand King. Level 1 Gust. Is it level 3 Purifying Flames? Just level 2. Enough damage as they move into mid, but Tim's, again, he's been such a sacrificial player in this game, showing up to spots on the map where his teammates are being gone on and able to turn around this time onto a kill for Tim's and Armel to grab and maybe push for more. 458 dived under his tier 1. TA and Doom make short work of that poor Enigma with the help of AU, and a 3-hero rotation into the TA's lane makes short work of Tigers as Velo's arrival into the Sandstorm. Maybe they get one in return. AU's Oracle has been left high and dry, and they do at least take down the Oracle. But they seem a step behind.
Yeah, but look at the amount of pressure that Drow Ranger is putting on top tower. She has free farm solo XP for her.
Triple Wraithband with the treads. Feels pretty good to be the TA right now. Double Wraithband treads over on Armel as well. What's QQ sitting at right now? Phase Boots Wand, 1,000 gold saved up. Could head into the drums, could maybe go dip into the Hand of Midas if he's feeling a little bit spicy. Oh, this Enigma, oh no. Level 6 has the black hole. Eidolon's being cleared up yet again by Armel, and with a trap to go, they should be diving this under the tower. There it is. Fortune's End. To slow things down, Black Hole not even going to get expended as 458 falls flat on his face, and the tier 1 mid in trouble.
Yeah, that Blightstone doing the work. Drow Ranger pulling back to the jungle. Since his team is making action on mid, he does not feel safe. He's reading the map really well. Shadow Shaman getting closer to level 6, is pinging out the tower.
Snowball in. Pelosin and Abraxas yet again find a kill on Tim's.
Oh man, Tim's tried to play a mind game, but Doom was showing on a mid lane. They knew it was a real one since he used Blade to try to bait it with the illusion on the bottom, but not very effective. Again, Shadow Shaman dying for his team.
It feels very much like Tim's is playing the role that Cuckoo was playing in the previous game. Push out that lane as hard as you can, draw the attention of Tigers down there so they feel obligated to come and kill you, or else you're going to do too much structural damage to that tower. In the meantime, like you mentioned, we're just watching the Drow Ranger completely free farm towards the Dragonlance. 10 minutes in. Net worth-wise, sitting up at the top with 4,600. Troll not too far behind. A couple of Wraithbands are moving in towards the Yasha for Abraxas. Troll, one of those weird heroes, though, that needs a lot of items to really feel powerful.
Well, not necessarily. If you go for Battle Fury, then it's a huge yikes. Unless you're playing against, let's say, a Phantom Lance or something that you need to deal with the illusions. Sanking still deals a ton of damage in this Sandstorm. That's 4 points in Sandstorm. Almost killed Drow Ranger.
Gabby's like, can we just kill him quicker, please? I don't want to be stuck around here for any longer. Tim's with the Sentry, the Hex, the Shackles. Again, we talked about it in the draft. So much lockdown just from that one hero. And he's going to hit level 6 off this range creep. There it is for the Serpent Wards into the tier 1. Catapult wave coming in. Keep the catapult alive, lads. Don't let the tower kill Karti. Snowball forward. Karti's dead, and onto the Drow they go. Level 5 Oracle, so no false promise, but the Serpent Wards are down, and 1437 is in trouble. AU with the Fortune's End, and the Infernal Blade of Cuckoo going to get black holed up. Doom held in place, and they will bring numbers into this lane. A double kill for Abraxas. Clear up the Serpent Wards. They defend their tower, but they're going to start bleeding out now. Unless Velo can get another good stun, the Gust into TP. Tim surviving, but the Burrow Strike is there. A triple for kill. Abraxas.
Exactly. Good rotation. Black hole on one, but you still want to use the 4 Enigma sitting in the bottom part of a network chart. Man, this troll got so much gold from this. Triple kill plus a tower. Bottom lane, TA making a move on Bane. He's level 6.
Could set up with a Fiend's Grip here, but TP status-wise, we've got no one. Yeah, nobody with the Radiant on the Radiant side has a TP to move. Going into the Dire Shrine instead. Quick chase onto AU. Troll Trap in 10. Burrow Strike, there it is. Velo gets the grab. And they are chaining these kills very nicely. The momentum's suddenly kicking in here for Tigers.
They need to group up. I'm gonna say group up better. Use Serpent and play around them. They were kind of in different positions, so they couldn't take this fight. They surprised them with the 2 good initiations from both Sanking and Tusk. Easy to execute with the Snowball and Burrow Strike, and I love the build on Sank. He goes for Drum for some extra mana because he needs it. Magic Wand to tank it up, and has that Vanguard queued up that we talked about.
Absolutely. Good itemization there. Oh, QQ falls up top. Oracle was baiting mid, almost trying to tempt the Bane into gripping him. But it's the Roshan play with the double damage rune on Armel. Aegis is going to be claimed 13 minutes in. The Tigers didn't even feel that one coming.
Killing the Roshan 13 minutes in opened up the second Rosh around the 20-minute mark. And this is where TNC, with the lineup like this, are trying to close out the game. Second Rosh, the most important Rosh in the game. Maybe not when you have Shadow Shaman in your team, but Cheese and Aegis, it's basically having 7 heroes against 5. But killing Rosh this early when you have Shadow Shaman in your team benefits you so much, since Refresher Shard gives you that ability to just close out the game. It's pretty impossible to find into two Serpent Forts.
It is pretty hard. Pelosin's even gone for a casual buckler here, just to try and make sure they've got that armor to deal with the TA. The shards not working so well together with the grip, but they've got the lockdown onto Armel until the False Promise arrives, and AU will be forced to expend his ulti to keep the Templar Assassin alive and keep that Aegis intact. This Troll, though, Diffusal Blade well on its way.
Yeah, I like the Diffusal Blade pickup on Troll. It gives you so much damage, some extra attack speed, move speed, then the mana burn, and another slow, so you can basically have 3 slows. You use Whirling Axes, ranged ones, then Diffusal Blade, and another Whirling Axe. And
it's a different damage source to your right-clicks as well, right? So it burns through Refraction faster, and also TA very reliant on her mana pool. 747 mana, you burn through it very quickly. If you can't refract, you can't meld, you do find yourself in some problems. But with a jump forward like this, they've taken down 1, and the Doom onto the Enigma will be the second to claim. Hello? Yeah, come on, AU, there we go.
You're healing him?
Healing him through the Doom, as Tim's very aggressively hunting for the Troll a little bit deeper. They want the tier 1 top, though. That's the objective they came here to claim.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Oh, glyph popped.
On the tier 1 top, so it is. TP's in towards mid, as Tim's has found an opening here with the Serpent Wards. Shackles. A bit of damage onto Velo. Armel needs to get in on top of these targets, though, as the Snowball connecting onto AU. Velo falls, Armel claims. And the rest of Tigers, this is chaotic. They've been baited into this fight by their teammates. They wander in, they wander out, but they lose 2 lives in the process. As Drow Ranger, well, we keep our eyes on her. Straight down to bottom lane with a catapult wave, and nobody there to stop her from pushing.
Yes, Hurricane Pike is going to be huge. Great against Sanking, great against Tusk, so you can get away from Snowball or over the Shard. Also has a Shadow Blade on top of it, so 2 Invis heroes, Templar Assassin, and that Shadow Blade, which means supports on side of Tigers are going to need to buy a lot of sentries and dust.
We do have the dust on the Tusk already. Actually, gonna head himself towards the Greaves. So Enigma, ooh. Hand of Midas queued up by 458, and it looks like he's committing for it. Trying to aim towards the latter stages of the game here, try and weather out the storm of this dire side as they catch Gabby's Drow down bottom. Nice little pickup there, and the immediate smoke.
They're not playing this correctly. Like, Shadow Shaman wards are not used well. He placed it to grab kills instead of going for towers. There's still a tier 1 tower on a top lane with the Aegis. They could have easily taken two towers on that side. And Shadow Shaman is being picked off way too often. Oh man, Oracle, he's dead.
So's Tim's. Abraxas with a double kill. Godlike now. Troll Warlord. He very quietly farms and farms and farms. Then he comes out of the jungle and he kills 3 or 4 heroes in a row. 9, 1, and 3 for VT Faded on this Troll Warlord. And 17.5 minutes in, Tigers, they're in a position to start claiming portions of the map. Shoving out mid.
This is why don't you go for Battle Fury on Troll. I really that kind of an item build, because with let's say this build, Yasha into something, if he needed a BKB before, he would go for it, but not necessarily. They don't have that much magical damage. You come online way faster. You also farm fast with it. He's godlike 18 minutes in.
Yeah, having an amazing game.
Oh, they're gonna wait. They're gonna wait. Aegis is gone in 3 seconds.
Oh my goodness, Armel, it's close, it's perfect. Tigers, beautiful execution. When you called it, you knew the timing. That Aegis dropping, and so did Tigers. 1437 with a call to wait, hold on a little bit longer. And they get the kill on the TA.
Talk about perfect timings. Again, Tim's is gonna die.
They get the Doom down. Snowball to buy some time here. As they do get trapped in the Serpent Wards, the Shackle's there, and the damage being pumped out. Gabby finds 1437 in the back, and the doomed up Sand King falls immediately after. A triple kill for Gabby this time around. Drow Ranger's turn to come out of the jungle and show what she's made of, as TNC give Tigers a bit of their own medicine back.
Oh man, both of them got stuck inside of Serpent Wards, and Gabby shows up and actually clears them up.
Finally, they get the tier 1 top. It's been a long time coming. 10 minutes later, they get the tower. They start pushing themselves forward. 2 minutes until the fast spawn of Roshan. I'm getting a little bit worried for TNC, though. This Enigma had an awful laning stage, had an awful time, but now with the Hand of Midas, the Helm, soon to have a Blink Dagger, this Blink Black Hole could be something that catches TNC off guard as we watch AU falling a little bit too deep for his own good.
Yeah, Sand King getting closer to that Crimson Guard. Tusk just hit level 10, which means GPM talent is online for him, building into Guardian Greaves. I like the build. They just want to tank up, give the team as much survivability as possible. With also Vlad's would be great if someone can pick it up.
Because it doesn't feel like these teams have a massive amount of, magical burst damage or even any kind of burst damage. It's very much damage over time, outside of maybe the TA and the Drow, who do have a good amount of right-click punch. But having that sustain and drawing out these team fights, I think you're absolutely right. Definitely going to be the way to go here for Tigers, as they also group up around the Troll. Diffusal and S&Y done. Onto the tier 2. Blink Black Hole ready for 458 as well, as he keeps these ones going.
If TNC does not end this game in the next 10 minutes, they're just gonna lose it.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant structures are
And they are trying to make a move out on the map in towards mid. 5-hero group up. Gust is there onto the SK. Sentry down, but no commitment from TNC.
It's been a long, long time since I heard that name, SK. I mean, Sand King is not picked very often, and it's an old school name for him. You're old school, Gary, right?
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Next Roche will respawn in 3 minutes, so Cheese Aegis. TNC want to grab that. If somehow Tigers can snatch it, they have enough damage with the Troll.
Is that the longest spawn? That's long spawn,
almost
right?
3 minutes, yeah.
Damn. Smoke from Tigers. Velo with Crimson done, like you're saying. Really being that point man running forward, looking for targets if they can. Gabby out on his own in the mid lane. Nobody really in the vicinity to save him, apart from these three who are holding hands in the jungle, wondering where they're going, what they're doing. There we go. We smoke up together. Drow into the Shadow Blade. Do we have reveal? There's dust on Velo. Drow shows herself onto the Enigma with a Crimson Guard there. It's keeping 458 alive. Stomp won't land. Velo going to walk himself out of danger as he burrow strikes back to safety.
Dire's bottom tower has
Decent little back and forth there between the two teams. Could have been better from TNC. Maybe should have found that kill. 458 will count as lucky stars that he gets out of there with his life.
But Troll is playing so well, just being on a different side of the map, taking TNC to actually TP, try to lurk for some information so they can take a fight 4 versus 5.
And we get into the stage of the game where we're waiting for these BKBs to come up. Templar Assassin nearly has hers. Doom working slowly but surely in towards his own. Drow Ranger looks like she's skipping out on the BKB for now. Blink Dagger Yasha queued up, but it's the Troll Warlord that I wanted to come to because his has just been completed. Sand King top getting jumped on by the Doom and the TA. Velo gone for 45 seconds. 45 seconds until Roshan respawns, so he's going to be pretty happy with how that lines up and how that times together.
Again, perfect timing for Tigers. Sand King will be out, and they know that there's no Doom, so they will go into Roche Pit and try to seek that fight.
Let's see if 458 can get a big black hole. Have we seen one? We have. We've seen a black hole, right?
Yeah.
He's been pretty quiet with them so far.
This is why you should not hesitate about using black hole early on. It's not that big of, though if you catch someone, it's only the mana cost. It's almost 300 mana, level 1, but if you can grab a solo kill with the black hole at the early stages, you should always go for it.
Pelosin and Abraxas. They want to start Roshan off now. Aegis and Cheese in the big man's back pocket. We don't have a smoke from the Dire. AU trying to keep everyone nice and healthy as Roshan down to about half health. Velo there with a Sandstorm and the Crimson Guard. Tanky man up at the front with the Serpent Ward's dropped into the middle. They've trapped the Troll in, but his BKB's popped. 1437 has been blown up by Armel, but it's the Troll's turn to fight now. There's the false promise from AU keeping Tims up and running, and Abraxas has nowhere to run. He's popped his battle trance, and now he's done. Two heroes gone over on Tigers. Velo and 458. No blink, no black hole, no Sand King stun until now. Epicenter's ready, but this is not good. Tigers, they're being hunted down one by one. They'll all be found. 458 is the only one who gets himself away.
I'm not sure if that was Troll's fault or his team's fault, because he was alone trying to chase Shadow Shaman, pop the ulti and BKB kind of prematurely, and then just died. Like, TA and the Drow Ranger blew him up.
TA didn't even use BKB. Now she has Aegis and Cheese. But are you going to just black hole the Drow? Yeah, alright, fair enough. That's a kill on Gabby. Easy as you like. 458 gets something for their trouble at least.
Really weird stuff happening in this game.
I think it was just one of those things where kind of Sand King and Enigma are playing, like they want to play on this ramp, right? So they're kind of standing up here or playing up and down around here. 1437 dies. I didn't even catch it. He died so quickly in the back. And Troll, chasing down. I feel like the team should just try and come and collapse into the river, but the spread of TNC was so good. TA's up here. They've got the Doom around here. Shadow Shaman's running. There's no chance for multi-man stuns or black holes. So the Troll was kind of just left alone to his own devices to die.
They have all these team fighting items, Mac on Tusk, Sand King with the Crimson Guard, but they can't find Oracle in the backline. Like, even if they focus someone else, Oracle will promise on him just the same, since there's no burst damage, so Oracle will always have enough time to react.
And very shortly we're going to have not only the Oracle to save people, but also these Hurricane Pikes. Drow Ranger, you know, has had hers for a little bit. Templar Assassin now, with a 4-staff on the Courier and Hurricane Pike fully queued up. Multiple ways to get in and out of team fights, particularly away from the Troll Warlord, who very much is the one hero that the Radiant have to rely on in this game. 4-5-8 with no black hole for 80 seconds means that TNC's big 5-man group up top should be able to very confidently take this tier 2 tower as they make a move onto the Oracle. Fiend's Grip, and the grab is there. The 4-staff over the cliffs and into the waiting arms of the Troll as the TA jumps in. 1437, absolutely annihilated, and Peloson's trapped up on the cliff top. Unfortunately for him, Abraxas is also stuck in the Serpent Wards. TA just keeps going in for more. The BKB's done, the Hex is there, and a double kill for Armel secures him up, but the epicenter, oh, the Burrow catches only one. It will be the Drow Ranger. She's got the cheese, the Hurricane Pike to buy some more space, and the shackles. Tims creates a little bit of chaos in the back end of the fight, but the buybacks, Peloson wants in. Gabby, no blink. Ultra kill for Abraxas, and Armel has to bail away from danger as Tigers, another very weird, wonky team fight, but this time around they get the upper hand.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to push as a team. Oracle goes on solo expedition for devording, gets caught, dies, which means one of the strongest team fight abilities that you have is not there, and then suddenly there's a chain feed. Also, Troll Warlord, he has power treads, so he got stuck a couple of times in mass, so he could not get out, taking a lot of damage from those snakes. Luckily for him, after buyback, he got 4 kills from it. Drow Ranger needs a BKB. He's building into Manta style. Like, you still need a BKB, so you can't really get slowed down.
Troll's BKB down to 8 seconds now. But they've got this BKB black hole finally ready. Nice stun. Burrow onto 2. Tims almost absolutely screwed. Finally they'll lose his life, and the black hole comes in, catching onto 2. The false promise of the Doom will keep Cuckoo up and running for a little while longer, and Armel still has the Aegis BKB to play around with. Tim's immediate buyback now, but nothing gained by the Dire side, as in the back, Tims is trying to shackle up the Enigma, but who's this? It's the Drow. She's wandered into death. An ultra kill for Abraxas, and I think he might just be able to get a rampage. Armel not trapped in the shards. Gets up onto the ramp. Safe and sound, but 2 heroes dead for a minute. Doom out for 30 seconds, and no buybacks available. Just straight out of nowhere. Straight out of nowhere, Tigers come in with a black hole that maybe wins them the game.
Yeah, I talked about TNC's lineup falling off. If they don't win it in the next 10 minutes, they're gonna lose. Coming through, actually. They managed to kill the melee Raxus, gonna go for shrines. Need to protect this Troll Warlord because he does not have a buyback. And Drow Ranger with the no BKB build, that's gonna backfire.
Definitely doesn't feel good. But we see the strength of what we talked about in the draft, right? The Crimson Guard, the Greaves done on the Tusk, along with that little urn. They've got so much sustain and the ability to kind of tickle away refraction charges, jump onto the Drow Ranger with the blink of Sand King. Everything's clicking into place. That one team fight, all they really required to get themselves back into the game, and they do more than just get back into the game. I think they're in the driving seat now, as long as they can wait for their next round of cooldowns. The next team fight, potentially around the Roshan pit for that 3rd Roshan, like you were saying, the Refresher Shard coming up. It's not just great for Serpent Wards, but for that Enigma, getting a 2nd black hole is huge.
Exactly, and now Troll has a Lincoln Sphere, Boots of Travel on Sand King, which is going to put more pressure on the side lanes. Does Doom has Vor Stomp? He needs to get something to remove the Lincoln Sphere with. He needs a different kind of a creep, since they don't have any good ways to deal with it.
Drawing the big lines into that dire jungle. Try and take the shrine, get some ward coverage down in that area as well. As Gabby and Tims play the opposite side of the map, knowing pretty much what the algorithm says Tigers should do. They're following the script quite nicely.
Dire's top shrine has fallen.
Templar Assassin Starting to struggle now to get that damage out. 19,000 net worth, not meaningful at all if you're caught in a black hole or punched up by the tusk. Another smoke coming out of Tigers as they make their move. TNC spread out here. Armel and Timms thinking about the play from outside of the base. Velo's ready though with that Burrow strike. Timms shows himself.
Timms.
There's the jump. Timms, he's a goner. No, he's not. The false promise buys the time, but there's the walrus punch onto the drow. The snowball forward gets the gap closed. Gust is good, but not enough. Buyback available for the drow. It is there. But they are so desperate now to defend their base. They go in onto the Oracle. Timms, Hex, into the Serpent Wards and the Shackles. They've got the catch onto the Sand King. Armel's blown up. 1437 off to the west as the Doom onto the Enigma will take him out of the fight. Troll in trouble with Pelosin falling. Enigma, no, not like this. They've got the BKB TP of Abraxas, but the damage! Armel, so much right click power. And Tigers, what are you doing? No, what are you doing?
How are you throwing so much? They ran into their base. Serpent Wards are used just to kill off a Sand King, who has a buyback. Enigma bought back already. Black Hole is up. Good initiation by Doom. He found the right target, and if this troll is isolated, he still dies. But when BKB is down, with frost arrows, with melt hit, it just melts.
They commit on the drow. They commit on the Oracle. And they forget about the TA. I was just saying how difficult the game has been the past 7-8 minutes for Armel to get into a team fight and get out again with his life. And Tigers just ignore the TA completely, so caught up in trying to catch the drow and push that high ground and close out the game. They lose so much. And then tile lane of Rax now falling. No Serpent Wards fortunately here though, as Tigers will be thankful for at least that. Velo looking to defend. There's tier 3 down bottom. Keeps it alive at least for now. TNC playing very, very defensively as they know how close this game is. It's on a knife's edge. 28 to 30. 7k lead. It's up and down, bouncing all around on the net worth and experience graphs. But it's back into the hands of TNC.
Unbelievable.
I can't!
Like, Tigers were 2,000 gold ahead, suddenly 8,000 lead for TNC in less than 3 minutes. Double damage is on top lane. Roche will respawn in about a minute.
54 seconds until Roche is up. Did that DD get taken? Oracle kill it?
Yeah, I think Oracle killed it.
Oracle killed it. That's the only thing that I can imagine happened. My goodness gracious me. TNC given a lifeline. Just giving the game back into them. But we can't ever forget this Enigma now. Refresher Orb, BKB, Black Hole, level 3. 458. If there was ever a time to prove you're worth your money, it is now. Game 2, best of 3. TNC, they are 1-0 up. Tigers need to come back into this. Abraxas on the troll. Still looking for that basher. How are we looking buyback-wise, man? Because TA is 400 gold off it. Troll, 500 gold off it as it comes off cooldown now. We only have buybacks on the Sand King and the Oracle. Everyone else is out of money or out of time.
They're going all in. Everyone feels like if they win team fight, if they grab the cheese, Refresher, and Aegis, they're gonna win the game.
Well, here it is.
As you mentioned, Enigma, with the Refresher, only thing they have that goes through BKB is Doom, so he should be careful about using it. Enigma sitting only on
Velo.
11 armor.
Where's he going? Nowhere. There's the black hole. It only catches Cuckoo, and in comes Timms. Tries to go with this little hex and that, but the false promise onto Cuckoo will keep him up and running. Troll chasing and hunting him down. The damage is good in the second black hole. 4-5-8. He's there onto them, but Armel has free reign now into the back of the fight, and the shackles hold the troll in place. The damage needs to be pumped into him, though. Nice silence onto the troll, and down he goes. Gone, but has the buyback. Will come into the fight yet again. Pelosin in the back lines, hunting for Timms, but he's been scouted by the ward. That's perfect play from TNC, and they've controlled Roshan up for themselves. Another buyback from Tigers, but I don't know if this will be enough.
They have no ultis to fight with, and TNC can't take this fight. Doom was forced to buy back.
There's the jump, nice Burrow strike, but they've got the control. Snowball buys time, keeps the troll up and running. Armel punched into the air. They've got the Serpent Wards, pumping so much damage into Tigers. Finally, Tims will fall, but the Doom was thrown in onto Sand King. The dive back on Troll means he's gone for 2 minutes. And Pelosin, how many times this series do we say that he is the one man to hold Tigers in this game, the last man standing? He's running back. Tail between legs. Do I cut the wave? Do I try and run home? I can't TP. I can't really move into them, but he's going to have to.
Man, that was some sick throw what the Tigers did at their base when trying to siege tier 3s. Also, this fight, Sand King tries to initiate with Epicenter, forcing Enigma to use a black hole only on Doom. Like, Sand King needs to go in. Both Sand King and Tusk have Blink Daggers, so they need to try to start a fight, make chaos happen, and then Enigma will...
Well, there's the Aegis gone, and the grip is very good, killing off the TA. As Cuckoo's BKB comes out to play, Gabby needs to Hurricane Pike and bail away from danger. This is a dieback on the Doom, though, I believe, so they need the False Promise from AU. Keep him up and running. Walrus Punch there with the disable again, but the blink forward in onto the Bane. Gabby with the damage, and the BKB finally here for Drow means 1437's a goner, and the Fortune's End. There's a bit of control there towards Pelosin. He's tanky though. Don't step away from the Drow. TNC shut it all down. Another lane of barracks, and that will secure Mega Creeps again. Tigers have to deal with the big beefy boys.
Again, they don't have the heroes to deal with Mega Creeps. No Battle Furies, no Maelstrom, Radiant. Basically, they're in a really bad spot. If TNC wants to win this game, they don't have to rush anything right now. Just get the buybacks online. It's always a threat when you're playing against Enigma, who has a refresher.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. 458. We need you now to shine more than ever. For all the Tigers fans out there. Because TNC, they've got you under their thumb. Cuckoo, he's going to go for a refresher of his own. Get the double Doom flowing out. Templar Assassin has a Daedalus done. And buyback-wise, we do have a couple of players coming back off the cooldowns. TA has hers ready. Drow about 600 gold away. Enigma will in a minute's time. Shadow Shaman, Oracle, and Bane all in a similar boat as well.
You can perma-silence people once Drow Ranger hits level 25 with the Gust Silence duration and cooldown reduction.
Oh yeah, that's pretty sick. Super, super handy as these BKBs start to whittle down. 5 seconds on Troll, 7 on the Enigma. And TA with that Meld Bash, even more control up against Abraxas. If you get the Hex, the Shackles, the Meld Bash hits. But here we go with the Blink Black Hole. They catch the TA. Nothing to cancel. So Armel is going to get pummeled into the ground right now. 4 heroes, 5 converge onto their location. 2 quick kills and a double damage rune there to be claimed. Is this all in time for Tigers? Do they run down mid?
It is double damage on this Oracle. Do they have vision? Dust is popped. Triple kill for Troll. Let's go.
Let's go.
Who has a buyback? Shadow Shaman does have buyback or a buyback. TA, yeah, everyone has a buyback.
All 3 of them have buyback. Gabby.
But mid lane, look where their creeps are standing. They can't outpush.
Ah, that is problematic. Gabby, Cuckoo. What's going on?
What?
He's BKB'd in his TP. Gabby has died. Buyback available. In comes the Serpent Wards now. Hex and Shackles saved by the Snowball. Cuckoo sprinting back, but is not going to follow him. Abraxas and Pelosin. In we go with a refresher from Enigma. Has the BKB in the black hole, but Troll's already gone. Dead for 100 seconds. And this looks like it might just be it for Tigers. The buybacks from TNC proving to be too powerful. And Tigers lose 2 of their most important cores. The second black hole not even used. And no buybacks on Tigers' side means the chase is on. Hex from Tims. In they go. Pelosin gone for a minute and a half. And what do we have left in the Radiant base? It's a GG call. That's what we have. Tigers will tap out. A 2-0 victory for TNC, and Tigers drop down into the lower bracket.
Yeah, I feel like Tigers could have easily won the Clowny stuff when they were trying to siege tier. They were ahead. You're playing against Drow Ranger and the Templar Assassin, which means the lineup is going to fall off. They just need to play around Doom. I didn't find this tanking pick in this game particularly strong. We didn't see any great initiations, no two-man Burrow Strike. And Sanking is not a hero that you want to just use Epicenter. He's not the hero that initiates like with the Tide Hunter blinking in using the Ravage. You want to go in, use Burrow Strike on ideally 1 or 2 targets, then fall back and use Epicenter when your Blink Dagger is ready.
Righty-ho. That's that series done. 2-0 victory for TNC, and it looks like we had a 2-0 victory for Mineski against Amplify. So our next best of 3 coming up, hopefully very shortly, will be TNC Predator taking on Mineski in a best of 3 to find out who goes through to that grand final and who drops down to the lower bracket. We'll take a quick break. Lacoste, see you in a little bit. I'll try and keep you guys updated depending on when we start the next series, but it should be soon. We'll see you guys after the ads.